Hi guys, I am making barbecue beans in the crock pot, and we are not together today, Bonnie and I. So actually I'm going over there later, but we're never together enough to cook stuff. So I'm gonna start recording when I'm cooking, because I cook every day. So I'm doing a crock pot meal, and this is bacon. Just got 24 ounces of bacon, and I diced it up and I'm cooking it in the pan. And then it calls for a kielbasa sausage. So I'm going to dice that up later. That goes in after. And then we have our beans in the crock pot already. And it calls for 3 types of beans. But I like to get this, if you guys can see this. This is a 15 bean package that you can get at the store. And I just love having all those different beans and flavors and textures. So we're gonna use those. And so what you do is you put your beans in the crock pot. This is something easy you can do in the morning before you leave. It's a half a cup of ketchup. Put that in there. Half a cup of barbecue sauce. This is Worcestershire sauce and apple cider vinegar. So that's a tablespoon of each. I'm going to put that in there. And then it's a teaspoon of regular mustard, a teaspoon of chili powder, and a teaspoon of minced onion. I'm going to put that in there. Alright, so I have the seasonings in there. I couldn't hold the phone and measure them out at the same time. I forgot to get my holder. So I went ahead and put that in there. So that's the chili powder, the onion, and the mustard. That's the barbecue sauce, the beans, the Worcestershire sauce, and the apple cider vinegar. And then it says a 14-ounce can of chicken broth. And I use some chicken broth to make some chicken and rice. And I have, it's a 32 ounce, and it's almost 3/4 full. So I'm going to go ahead and use all of this. And the bacon smells so yummy. I just want to take some and eat it. That will be yummy. Alright, I'm going to stir this. I set the crock pot on low because it is 9 o'clock in the morning, and this is going to cook all day. Now when you're working with dry beans, make sure that you add enough liquid, because those beans, when they cook, they're going to soak up all that liquid. So I might add some more. I'm going to check the recipe one more time. And then I think we're going to add the bacon. And then the kielbasa. And I forgot the honey. So this recipe calls for molasses. And I don't have molasses. I don't use molasses. So usually when it calls for molasses, I use honey. So I'm going to go ahead and use honey. So it's a half a cup of honey. And I use raw, unfiltered honey. I don't use the processed stuff from the store. So if you can find you some raw honey in the area that you live in, raw honey is really good for allergies. Just as long as you are not allergic to it. And never, ever, ever feed honey to an infant or a child under 1. Alright, so I set the camera up here, and I'm going to add the bacon. I cook that, bacon grease and all, guys. Just put it all in there and get all that flavor in there, and that's going to add some more liquid for those beans. So as it gets colder and fall comes, we like crock pot meals any time of the year, but for those cold days when you're busy and you need something, you don't feel like standing over the stove and cooking, because, you know, like when the kids come home from school or you get home from work, that's the last thing you want to do is cook. So I love using a crock pot. So I'm going to go ahead and dice this Polska kielbasa up and we're gonna put it in the pan. So there's the bacon and the beans and all the seasonings and all that yummy stuff that we put in there. And now I'm gonna add the Polska kielbasa and we'll be almost done. Okay, so I have my sausage on top. This is a Polska kielbasa, and it says just to cut it up and put it on top. Make sure that your crock pot is set on low because you don't want your beans to overcook. This is going to be cooking for 4 to 5 hours. Put the cover on, clean up, and forget about it. So you guys have an awesome day. This video is about 6 minutes long. It took me probably 5 more minutes than that just to get everything ready. That's cooking the bacon, cutting up the sausage, and measuring out all the ingredients that go into the crock pot. So in 10-15 minutes of your morning, you can throw this together in your crock pot and go about your day and come back and have a warm, yummy, tasty meal. And I'm going to be making cornbread with this. It's just a box cornbread, so you can do whatever you want to have with that. You could do a French bread with it, make some biscuits. I have a thing of biscuits. Maybe I'll do biscuits. So whatever, bread or no bread, have a salad with it. You can pair this with anything. So this is the barbecue beans in the crock pot. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and let's go see if I can find a dog or a cat so you guys can see someone besides the crock pot. So here's Target, and he's gonna say, Target, meow. Oh, Woo was coming. Hi, Woo, what you been doing, baby girl? Mwah. And Target, meow. And Princess on her little bed, sleeping. Woo's like, come on, come play with me, Princess. You can come play with me. She wants to play. Alright guys, I'm headed off to see Tonka and Bonnie and Monroe. And when I get home this afternoon, I'm going to have a yummy crock pot meal of beans and sausage. You guys have a wonderful day wherever you may be. And we will see you later.